So it might have been what it was at one time, but there's no city to me. And A.A. Gill, who's one of the greatest travel writers of all time, who died. A.A. Gill, if anyone wants to read anything, they should read A.A. Gill. I mean, he's the best. He's the guy. And he's a British writer. I think he was originally Scottish. Yeah, he was born in Edinburgh. And he's the greatest travel writer in history. And
really?
Oh, yeah. There's no one better than A.A. Gill.
Oh, I got to ask.
You have to read him.
Okay. What should I start with?
Condos of the Living Dead is an article that he wrote for Vanity Fair about the new buildings they were building in New York and how they were selling all of these condos as a lifestyle. And it's one of the funniest things that has ever written, because he writes about the transformation of New York City into a global corporate hub that's very kind of unremarkable, and the architecture just being kind of glass and very corporate. And
that's what it is.
You know, and he writes about it, and he does it in a way that, that like an outsider can do. And he's coming from London and going, we're ahead of you guys on this. We've seen it. We know what's happening. And you're just turning your city into a clearinghouse for billionaires from Europe and the Middle East.
They're doing it in Berlin now.
And that's what they're doing in Berlin and Europe. So London has kind of gotten all these trends first, right?
Right.
It's become this playground for wealthy criminals, a lot of them.
Interesting.
Billionaires, but also people that are like incredibly dangerous and incredibly shady. And another great article, if you want to read, is about this 19-year-old dude who was thrown into the Thames River, and because he was, he was pretending to be a Russian oligarch's son in London, and he got into this crazy world of crypto.
Oh, I kind of remember this.
Yeah. And he was pretending to be this Russian oligarch's son in London, because all around him is like the trappings of wealth. And he's like, I'm like a humdrum guy. I have to lie.
It's like the Italians are like, I'm connected. And people are like, all right, better not fuck with him, because what if he is? Until they find out you're not connected.
Right. But also Italians are dumb. So what's interesting here
is the whites.
That, no, but it's, I mean, what is going on, by the way? Have you been on social media with all the Italian social media influencers?
No, what?
They're all making chicken pie. It's too much. They're acting like this Italian American culture is this thing that people need to hear about.
It's trash.
It's trash.
You're promoting trash.
We know what it is.
I can do a chicken pie. Anyone can.
Anyone.
It comes from poverty.
What are we doing? So, and it's always like somebody it's always this crazy Italian kids tell their mother, I want prosciutto. It's like, no one acts like that.
No one acts like
says
that. You're doing a fake version of something. They look at Sopranos the way retards look at Corky.
Yes.
As it's like, well, no, we were in that. I'm like, it was 20 years ago, bro. Get a new character.
By the way,
what?
The best thing I've ever heard is they blank like the way retards look at Corky. Just the idea of retards looking at Corky. But so what I find.
But when you go around London, are you looking at that? Or are you sort of like I know people walk around Paris looking at the literature.
I'm always like, I stay at this place, the Mandarin. It's in Knightsbridge. It's next to this building called One Hyde Park, where they literally screen your mail for explosives.
Oh,
because a lot of the people in that building, people want to kill them.
Who lives in One Hyde Park? Like senators?
No, like Saudi, like people like that.
Yeah.
So, and then you walk around Harrods and you see these women in these
What's Harrods? A
Harrods
store?
Harrods is the most famous clothing store in the world. Yeah, okay. And then you have all these Arab women walk around in those burqas or abayas or whatever, and they're all Gucci and Louis Vuitton. It's kind of hilarious. And they're just driving Rolls Royces, and their kids are in Ferraris. They have petro dictatorship money.
Yeah.
And they have servants. It's old school. Wealth beyond any conception. New York, people have money, but it's just different. London, it's that petro dictatorship money.
Yeah. You own
they
islands,
have slaves,
right? Islands, and you're pretty much the old you have serfs.
It's a crazy thing to watch, and
because I don't see that London at all.
Well, it's a totally different London.
Yeah,
it's totally different London. And I'm just interested in it because I've always been interested in what these people are up to. That's always what I've been interested in. I always find them really interesting, really fun. You've known me a long time.
You're always into them. Even that bus tour was all about that.
The bus tour about them was all about these people.
Oh, you got to do a London bus tour.
I would love to do a London bus tour and be sick.
And they already have the double-deckers.
And you know what's interesting? And the reason I like these people is as we become this really grotesque society where everybody wants to be famous and known, these people kind of don't. So that's interesting. So it's like, that's interesting.
And they always have
a
kid who ruins it by like trying to, like, hey, we're not known.
Yeah. There's always a kid who ruins it. Always a kid who ruins it. And they're like, we're just trying to quietly stack money and behead people. We're behanding people. And then there's always like their daughter ruins it because she like poses on a yacht in the south of France or something. And they try to build up some social media presence. But like, these people, in my estimation, these are the people who run the world. It's not the government, and it's not
the Jews of America.
Think it is. It's like yes, obviously we know who Vladimir Putin is, but like there's a lot of people in Russia that you don't know who they are, and they have tons of power and wealth. And Putin mediates conflicts between those people, and those are like feuding oligarchs. And Putin will sit them both down and go, "Okay, you get this, you get that.
We got to work it out. Everyone's like, less money. Stop."
And you know, we tend to know about like Mohammed bin Salman. We know about Trump. We know about the leaders of these countries.
Yeah.
But we don't really know about the really wealthy, powerful people that prop up. Now we start to know more about them because like Elon Musk wants to be famous.
Yeah.
So we're like, oh my God.
Everybody.
It's like, wait, what? Like you have how much and you're doing what? Like he's coming out of the shadow. Like some of these tech guys are just coming out of the shadows because they're fully embracing, I'm a supervillain. I have a spaceship. Fuck you. It's
they
jumping the
be
shark.
Known.
Yeah.
They want to be known. Once you start fucking like rappers or whatever.
No, make no mistake.
Musicians.
There are fully human traffickers sitting somewhere looking at Elon Bezos going, they have no class. They have no taste.
Wow.
Truly.
Yeah.
Think about that. There are evil.
You're showing your shirt off on the fucking cover of something.
There are evil, genocidal monsters sitting around going, why are they doing this? Why are they behaving like this? There's a code.
It's so funny. Class is like an interesting thing where it's like with the Fat Black last night, the Fat Black, not the bar, the other one. There was just like 4 drunk idiots with their gay. They're all hags with their gay.
Right.
And they're just screaming. And I'm like, okay, so the class there is way lower than whatever, but like they're declassing the rest of this crowd.
Right.
I'm like, you're in New York.
Right.
Have some fucking class.
Yeah.
Don't be drunk this
No,
early.
people are monsters. But what makes...
Yeah. You brought up an interesting point about how London is no longer what it's kind of selling. This happens in a lot of places. Like Haight-Ashbury is a great example where it's like the beatnik's like, it ain't that.
No.
It's Zara's and whatever and like rich tech bros.
Yeah.
But they're still Austin. Keep Austin weird. Austin hasn't been weird in about 15 years.
Yeah, it's not weird.
So like London is kind of that too, pretending it's this thing, the Sex Pistols haven, when it ain't.
It speaks to this other trend where people don't necessarily have a allegiance to a nation state. They have an allegiance to their class of people and the financial architecture. So these people feel at home in London or New York or Aspen or Riyadh.
Yeah.
But they don't care. Like, yes, are they from Saudi? Are they Muslim? Sure. Or are they from Israel? Are they Jewish? Yes. Or are they from New York and they're fucking wasps? Whatever, who cares? But really what it comes down to is the ability of them to move their money around the globe and evade taxes and manipulate democracy and put their people in power. That's way more important to them than any landmass.
Yeah.
Except Israel. They do seem to care about that.
Right, because there's a connection to it.
They do. I will say one qualifier is they do seem to care about that one. No. It's not saying that they don't care.
They're beyond country. Like Facebook is like, we're not American anymore. We just make money. We're just going to change laws places.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of these people will hide their money in all these different countries in case they fall out of favor with the ruling class of the country.
Yeah, it's almost silly to be only in one country. It's like being in one comedy club. Like,
why do you think Donald Rumsfeld and all these guys, they had places in South America, a lot of them, because they were like, if it ever gets out what we did, if it ever gets out,
Let's
the
go
things
somewhere
that we did,
where we have armed guards.
the Bush family, all these people, they're like, if it ever comes out and if they ever turn on us, because you could make a case that any of them were war criminals. And
All.
by the way,
Not any.
and
All.
And a good case.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, Putin, I'm all on board. You're great. No disrespect.
As Tucker Carlson said, actually,
He loves you.
here's the thing with Putin, killer, sure, has class.
Has class.
Has that thing that those people didn't at that bar, at the Fat Black.
Yeah. He has class.
You know, if those women you saw, or
He'd wear a suit when it calls for a suit.
the man walks in a suit. So what I find really
Interesting.
or fun about this stuff is that it's also quite comical because you have to look at the world, I think, as kind of a weird, deeply funny and tragic place.
Yeah.
And I do think some of this is really, really amusing.
In what way?
Because seeing a bunch of Saudis drive these Ferraris up and down London
And just drop them off at the airport and be like, I'm out.
and into this like building of glass boxes that's pretty unremarkable, and it's actually ugly compared to all the other buildings.
Dubai,
and pay $200 million.
There's no class. There's no like.
No.
There's no like style at all.
And pay like $200 million for an apartment in this building.
That's like soulless.
That's soulless and it's just there
Get a
to
gargoyle.
stash money and hide money. And, and it's not only them, it's people from all over the world. It's people from Europe and Asia and whatever. And it's just funny. And Russia is huge in London. These people a lot of them are incredibly morally compromised in ways that are just very funny. Like, it is very funny to think about growing up and being taught, like, work hard, be honest, and you'll get places. And then in actuality, it's actually the opposite.
I met one of these.
In that case, it's kind of it's not the opposite in all cases, but the people here that I'm talking about are among the most, like, these are international crime families.
It's funny. I met one of them at a UFC, like some sheik, whatever, and I'm like, I didn't know the history, but like, oh, this is a sheik. He owns this and this, and I was like, and they're like, and I'm like kind of shaking his hand. I was like, is this one of the slave owners you guys are talking about?
Right.
And they're like, yeah. I'm like, why are we being cool with them?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. What are you going to do?
No, I'm not going to do anything, but I'm not going to go out of my way like these guys
but here's
fawning over him.
He's probably a nice guy.
He is a nice guy, but at some point you go, hey, I got plenty of nice guy friends.
I agree with you, but I don't know.
And also,
is
I know it's their
slavery
society.
your red line?
No,
it's not mine either.
It's McDonald's.
It's not mine either.
If you eat McDonald's, we're out. If you own slaves and don't eat McDonald's, I'm still okay with you.
I am not for slavery, and I would not have a slave.
Bullshit.
Okay, you're
Bullshit.
right. On both counts, you're right.
Okay.
On both counts, you're right.
Dude, let's take race out of it.
Yeah.
Let's take race out of it because that's what catches people.
Yeah.
So it's not based on race. It's based on height.
Yeah. It's with of course.
Yeah. You would get them if it was socially acceptable. And they'd be like, all right, well, we're all going to get them.
But if I went to Dubai, and I said this on my show the other day, and everybody was like, oh, it's all made by slaves. I'm like, okay, but I'm still going to just compliment some of the buildings.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? Lead a revolution?
I can't change it.
You want me to lead a revolution right now? Or do you want me to have breakfast at the Four Seasons? If I went to the Qatar Four Seasons, I wouldn't be like, I can't believe you let Hamas stay here. I'd go, the pool's really nice.
Yeah, it's like, I wouldn't, but it's up to you. It's not my job.
Where you been and where you going? This is Ari's travel show, yeah. We're gonna go on a journey today and see what there's to see in this big world. We're exploring different places, seeing all different types of faces. We're gonna talk about travel today. It's You Be Trippin'.